Hey, beloved, this is Tahiri Divine. Thank you for tuning in. You can find me on all my social sites as Tahiri Divine. Also, my blog site is tahiridivine.com. I even have a spiritual manifestation online store called Divinelykissedcollection. Go ahead and log on there, and you'll find some really great tips and treats and again, practical manifestation tools that can help you with your law of attraction, self love, beauty, and of course, all things magical. So, as you guys see from the title, this is called Why Religion Isn't Working for You Anymore. So, you're coming a point in your life where you've probably been going to church, synagogue, or whatever religious background that you grew up in, and you're now in a place in your life where this is not kind of working out. And so you have questions, you have doubts, there's some unbelief there, or there's some things you just can't reconcile with yourself, and you have interest that's not necessarily something that you were probably raised to have interest in. I can say for myself, I grew up Christian. And so I was always had this interest in like zodiacs and like astrology and other mysterious kind of, topics that wasn't necessary, that was looked or demonized from my Christian background. So there was a lot of fear, but interest at the same time. So maybe you're going through something in your life where you're like, you know what, I'm done with church. I'm done with what mosque or whatever your religious background may have been. And I'm just really feeling gravitated to something different. But it's a scary time because so much of what you've known or what you was raised to believe was what your parents or upbringing has showed you. And now that you're on your own, you're an adult now, and you're living your life, and you're like, hey, this thing just does not resonate with me. What am I supposed to do? I feel like if I was to go a different route, my family might turn against me. I may lose my friends that I have because so much of my friends are in the same religion as I am or was raised to be in. And so now you're at a crossroads where you are now looking at your own spiritual life and what to do with it. What I'm here to tell you is your spiritual path, your soul is nobody else's responsibility but your own. So now you're at a place where religion is no longer working for you and you're looking into something alternative or you're looking for something totally different. And so what I'm here to tell you is you're on the right path. Don't allow yourself to think that because you are stepping away from what you once known that you're doing something wrong. There's always a place in our life where we have to question things, or we feel that there's more questions than there's being answers, and we feel like there's a lot more answers out there that we're just not asking the right questions. It is totally fine to be where you're at. So many of us has been there, and sometimes it can be confusing. Let's say you completely done with religion and it's no longer your thing, but now you're trying to seek and see, well, what is really true? The only thing that's true is what resonates with you. What resonates with you? I can't tell you what path to go on, and nobody else can. Only you can. Not your family, not your friends, not your coworkers. You are responsible for your soul. You are responsible for your life. So you have to make a decision for yourself. And it's really interesting because I get a lot of young people who message me and ask about that. It's like, well, what am I supposed to do? Because I still live in my parents' house, but I don't believe what they believe. I will tell you this: respect your parents and their path, but you're going to have to do what's best for you in your path and in your life. And if you're not in a place where you can move out, like I said, best thing do, get your own place, move out with some friends. But most importantly, stay true to your life journey because nobody's responsible for you except for you. And I can share a little bit with me. I left Christianity almost, oh my God, almost a half a decade now. And it was really hard for me in the beginning because so much of my life was church. I grew up church, I grew up Kojic, Pentecostal, and then eventually we became non-denominational. But all I knew was that. And then when I got into my adult years, it was the same thing. I was always in church, and I felt that so much of my life was being dedicated to service, which wasn't a bad thing. But I felt like I felt like I hit a wall. And what really pushed me to really ask more questions was one, I always had interest in different religions and theologies and philosophies and myths, and And I was always interested in these topics, but I was nervous too because it was always like demonized. Oh, don't look into this. Don't look into that. Don't befriend this person. But when I got to college, I was actually, I worked under the director of multicultural affairs, and I joined so many different organizations. I was part of the Latin American organization, the Muslim American organizations. I was part of different European it was another group that had dealt with European nations, like with a study abroad programs. So I was always interested into other cultures and expanding and learning. And as I understood astrology, I'm a Sagittarius rising. So again, that's a part of my nature to want to learn and want to expand and want to seek out information and just see what makes people different. And upon doing that, it made me look at my own life and really kind of see where I was at. But when it came to my spiritual walk, I felt like I hit a brick wall. I felt like there was something more than what I was being given. One aspect, too, that was just an aspect of it was me understanding myself as a divine being. Because, again, from my background of Christianity and the way it was taught up in my upbringing, women were demonized. And it was so much negativity that when it came to women. So I was really on my path of seeking, well, who am I as a woman? So it was really my girlhood to womanhood journey that really opened me up to expand my own spiritual life as well. So what I'm here to tell you, if your religion isn't working out for you, that's the first step to really see that you're on a spiritual path and that you are here to really take control of your life and ask different questions. There's so much information out there, which is, I want to say this because I want to be very careful with my words. There's a lot of people out here teaching a lot of different things. And there's people out here that their information sounds really good, but it may not be good. So even when it comes to listening to me or any other person who's sharing their spiritual path with you, the most important thing that you must remember is you're going to have to trust your own intuition. Trust your heart and your gut and your spirit. You know what's best for you. So go in that direction. If you're being leaned towards something, always ask within your heart, is this something I need to be doing? Is it something I need to research? Is it something I need to look up? Most likely you have the answer inside you. And it's so funny because when I talk to people, people always seem to answer their own questions within their question. So if you're asking a question, more than likely your answer is already in your question. So that's what I have for you. Why religion isn't working for you, what to do when you're on a new spiritual journey and on a new path. I say the first thing you're going to want to do is tap into what is it that you believe, and everything that you have to, if you have to go down to the base, like I don't believe in nothing, start there and build up from there. And then just seeking out. I truly honestly believe if whatever you put out to the universe, God, it's going to come back to you. If you're saying, I'm looking for something different that's going to raise me to be my best, highest self. And I promise you, when you put out that affirmation, it will come towards you because now you're seeking it and it's going to equally want to seek you out too. So that's my tips, guys, and that's a little bit of my journey on why religion isn't working for you and what are some things that you can do to help yourself along your path while you are figuring things out. And please definitely like, comment, subscribe, and tell me where are you at in your journey. Is religion working for you, or is it great for you? Where are you looking? What are some things you're feeling drawn to? I know for myself, it was astrology, and I was always into astrology. And I started studying the goddesses because I took a woman studies course where we learned briefly. We talked about pre-ancient days of when it was the prehistoric days before written history. How did people live beforehand? So it was very interesting in my path to go through that and research more and understanding this energy of divine feminine nature and what does it mean to be divine as a feminine. But that's all I have. Thank you guys for tuning in. I have more videos coming for you guys. You can find me again at Tahiri Divine on all my social sites. Like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, peace.